Hello, welcome to Brier Rock Cemetery. Today we're doing an unboxing of the 8-foot Boogyman from Home Depot. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, share, comment. So this is the Home Depot Boogyman, 8 foot. The box is about 37 by 34 by 15. I had to get this guy. I like 8-foot props. They seem like they're the perfect height. So let's just get right into it and get him set up. Here it is in the box. Let's just take a quick pan of everything in case people want to put it back the way it came. I mostly do these videos for myself. I like to show other people, but I could just go back and see how to put something together if I forget or lose the instructions. So we got the base, we have his control box, clothes, the spine, some filler, his face, power adapter, shoes, and a couple poles, and more clothing. I really like his face. He's pretty creepy. So step one is the poles. Now if you want to know the front and the back, that is the back. And now you slide his feet on. What I like about this is if you look down here, you have that, and on the bottom of the shoe there's another hole. So it slides in there, so it's going to limit movement. Now you put D and E on. Make sure E goes on his left leg and D goes on his right leg. Now each side is going to get one of these foam leg sections. What I like to do with props like this is I'll take a pool noodle and replace this part with a pool noodle. I'll just kind of make a slit down it and then form it around here. And what I would do is I'd cut a section out like this, and so you don't have to go around this, and then just another section up here to give it more fill. Now you slide his pants on, and there's an actual letter on the back, which means that this is the back side of it. You want to have that behind him. But if you look here, you notice how it doesn't fill it out. So that's why I use pool noodles. But who knows, maybe he'll look more kind of lanky in this. Now we put this section on. This is one of his control mechanisms. Now if you look down here, they have some, like, I don't know if this is just filler to fill his waist out, but it's basically like what's it called, like fabric. So I'm just going to leave that in there. I'm thinking that it fills out this section of him. Now you're going to pull this section over the hoop so it's resting on there. I would take your plug that's in here and kind of like have it off to the side. Now you take his shirt section and you feed it through here, and his arms will be dangling, and just there's an access panel here where it's probably going to Velcro together later. Now we put on the top control panel and his speaker. So now I kind of just put the rest of his clothing up higher, and what happened was I twisted it. I actually put it on the other way. I found it easier to put it with the slit facing this way, and then just kind of twist it around and then bring it up. So this I did on the ground. This is the M hand, it goes to the K pole, and this is the L pole, it goes to the end hand. Now if you look here, there's plugs. I guess his hands light up. We'll see that later. But also, if you notice here, there's these clips. The Witch used them last year. I'm not sure if there's any other props that use it, but this is what they look like. And it keeps the hand from falling out. And if you notice, they have them up here on top. So when you hook them up to the top of him, you're going to have to clip it. Personally, I really don't like these things. They're kind of a pain to work with, especially at that height. So you put his arms and his hands on through, feeding him through here. Don't forget that one cable that I showed you. Feed it through there too as well. This wasn't as bad. I've worked with things that are worse than this. Now we put his head on. That was pretty easy. There's just 2 little holes for it. So up here we have his spine and his back. Now it's the same thing. There is a clip hole there too if you want to clip it in. So on the back he's got a volume knob, the sensor, you know, so you can put like a push pad or anything. It's got the remote, you know, like the sensor setting, and then the on and the off. There's a lot of cables back here. There's 6 connections. 2 of them are white, one's black, and then you have these. Just make sure you match the color wiring. So all that's left to do is to play the dress-up game. You know, a couple Velcro on his hands, on his neck up here, and on his back. So he has a sensor right up front, right here.
Give in to your fear. Yes, let it fester. Fear fuels my power, and souls satiate my hunger. Are you ready for the end?
So we're going to go through all his routines. I love his hands lighting up, and his eyes are pretty cool.
I am inside your head. There is no escape. There is no respite. I am your living nightmare, your bringer of pain and death. I will pull your memories apart, piece by piece, until there is only fear and pain.
Yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Let's try saying with the lights off.
I am rooted in your brain and found a treasure of your deepest fears. I have collected them all now and will taunt you relentlessly in your dreams. We're gonna have such fun. Now, fall asleep and begin your nightmare. It is time for you to stop running. There is no escaping me, but I offer you this choice. Allow me to torment you in your nightmares, or dread me all day long while you are awake. Why choose when you can have both? Run as much as your heart desires, for you cannot hide. I will always find you. I will invade your dreams and your mind. You cannot stop the inevitable.
So here's my review of this guy. I love him. A+. It's affordable, and 8-foot props are my jam. I really like the 8-foot props. They're simple enough to put together. You need a step ladder, but they're not going overboard. This guy is incredible. I have so much more stuff coming, guys, so just stay tuned. If you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, comment.